G'day guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be finishing off the interior of the Patrol. So in the last video you would have seen that we did the rear wall and stuff, and then today I'm going to be finishing sort of the center console area. So I'll show you inside, sort of talk you through what I got to do. So basically from what I can see, all this will go, so the center console, the cup holders and the surround around the handbrake. I'm pretty sure the coin holder will stay there. I think the joint's there, but I could be wrong. But I know for a fact that all that obviously stays there. So it's either somewhere along there or there that all gets replaced. So I'll pull that out, and I'll also pull this seat out just to make it a bit easier. So I'll go inside and just show you the two products as well. So these are the two products here that I'm going to be using in this video. I'll show you the fridge first. So shout out to Bushman Fridges. This is the Bushman Roadie. It's a 15 litre car fridge. And yeah, so these guys have hooked me up with this one. I'm pretty picky when it comes to, like, especially in the interior. So the main reason I went with this one was because, well, A, it's black, but two, it's got cup holders and it's 15 litres, so it's a fair bit bigger than the other ones. And yeah, it's just going to look very factory and neat inside the black interior that I've already got. So I didn't want one that just looked cheap and didn't suit it. Yeah, so this one is an unreal looking fridge and it's super efficient too. So I should be able to just run this off my main battery and it won't be used all the time. It'll just be for when I'm wanting like a cold drink in the car sort of thing. I'm not going to keep meat and stuff in it, as I'll have my other bigger fridge for camping and stuff. And then this is the center console replacement from Horizon. See here, this is them here, Horizon Touring products. So they do two different options. Basically, there's this one that replaces the center console, and then it replaces it with a fridge. So obviously you got your mounting area there for the fridge. And then they also do another option where they just replace the center console with a bigger center console, made out of like this material, and then obviously no fridge. So I wanted to go the fridge because I thought it'd be cool. So yeah, they're the two options. You got the instructions here. It's got the boot for the handbrake. Obviously it's all painted black, so it keeps it looking very neat and nice. Like I said, I'm pretty picky, so I didn't want to just cut out my center console and yeah, just chuck a fridge in there and strap it down or something. I wanted it to look neat. So these two products together are going to they're just going to complement each other very well, I think. Keeping it all black and uniform. So very keen to see what it looks like. So yeah, I'm going to go back out to the car now and start ripping shit out. Get ready to chuck these in. Alright, so I've removed the seat already. And then just with the center console, you remove the ashtray here. You've got a screw down there. You've got a screw this side and on the other side. And then if I can get the camera in there, there's also one sort of here and then another one here. So I think that's 5 screws all up, and now this should be loose. I just have to move the handbrake up because obviously that's still attached to the car, so you just have to maneuver it around that, and then that should be it. Alright, I was mistaken actually. Once you do those 2 side screws and the 2 back screws there, this panel will come off on its own. And then after that, then there's another couple of screws in here. That one and the one over there. And then this will be able to come up. Alright, so with the center console setup, basically you've got to bolt it all together before you chuck it in. So just going through the instructions now to make sure I've got it sitting the right way. You just use all the bolts supplied to bolt that all together, and then it goes into the car all as one thing rather than bolting it in separately. So yeah, I'll get this set up and then start bolting it in. The instructions are basically foolproof, but I'll go through and show you anyway. So this little setup goes up there, and then the tray, the flat end bit goes like that, goes in just like that, and then that's basically all we've got to do. And then it's got the adhesive pads that stick down onto this. Just finished getting all this bolted together, super easy. And then there's also this bit here that I didn't mention in the last clip, which has got like a little light switch and whatever sort of switches and stuff you want. It's got a big hole there to run all your cable through, but I've just chucked the blanks in, which you provided. and then that just screws down there. And then I'm just going to leave these holes free for now, but then it's got that carpet infill that'll go in there now. And then I can stick these down too in a second. Just had to go back out to the car and pull out this sort of the gear shifter center bit, because you do actually have to cut this a little bit. Got up to this part of the instructions and realised, so I think that's the measurement there, so it's 352 mil off the front of it. So you measure over there and you mark here, and then you got to get the grinder out and cut that. So I'm going to mark that all out now, triple check it before I cut anything, and then yeah, should be good to go. So after checking all my measurements, I'm pretty happy with that. Basically, you go 352 mil off the corner there, mark here, 352 off there and mark here. And then on the driver's side, which is this side, you measure off this corner here, 12 mil to there. And then on the passenger side, 16 mil from that corner to there. As it's not square, you can see that slight angle there. So now I'm going to go with the flappy disc and cut them. And then there's a different setup in here, which I'll explain in a second. So that's what you got to do. Just with that little bit there, you just want to keep that hole there because that's one of the mounting points. So you just basically do your cut line there, and then you'll just cut the two little tabs off that you'll see either side. And then you can see here, you just cut a bit of the length off that because that used to come in another 20 mil. So you can see that cut I've done there, and then that's basically everything. So I just used a thin flappy disc. It's come up pretty neat, so I'll chuck it in now and see how it went. Hopefully it's pretty tight fit, and if there is a little gap, they do give you some foam strip there, but yeah, I might even just use some pinch weld or something, but we'll see how we go. I'm back in the car now. I've just put the two mounting brackets in. So this one, you just use the bigger bolts that are supplied that go into factory mounts here, and then same with this back one. You use two of the M6 bolts that they provide, and they just go into the factory mounts as well. And now I should be able to sit the center console in there, and hopefully it fits all nice. I'm hoping I don't have to move the sub or the amp, just because I realised the fridge is a bit longer than I thought. And I'm hoping my cut's pretty good too, so I'll go grab that and see how we go. I've got it somewhat in, but I just realised that because I'm running the VF seat, I'm going to run into a couple of issues. So first of all, it's hitting on this panel before it gets across far enough, as well as it's going to hit on this bolt just because it's got such an extension on it. So I'll pull that bolt out and see if I've got another one that's just a flat head, and then I'll probably just remove this panel altogether and hopefully that'll clear. If not, then maybe I just won't run this part of the setup, or yeah, I'm not sure what else I'll do. Unfortunately for now, I'm just going to have to remove this section. So I tried taking the panel off and the seatbelt buckle, and it just didn't stop hitting still. So there's a bracket behind here that was still fouling on it. So yeah, I've just removed that little console there, which I probably wouldn't use that often anyway. And by the time the fridge goes in, you won't really see in there. If I really want to, I might just cut that other mount down so it's a bit lower, and I can just screw it in or something, maybe for some coin holders, like a coin holder or something. But now I'm just going to chuck the fridge in and just make sure that it fits between here and the amp. Yeah, and I reckon it should be sweet. But basically getting to the end of this install, and my cut was pretty good. It's super tight there, super tight there. Obviously it's got a little gap there, but you don't really see that from up above, and it follows that pretty well as well. If I really want to, I might put a bit of silicone or something, but you're barely going to see it. It's pretty neat overall. So I've just chucked the fridge in. I ended up having to move my amp because it was very tight, as you can see, but I've sort of fluked it because it fits perfect. Like, that's hard forward, and there's about 3 mil gap at the back. So yeah, in terms of forward and backwards, I couldn't have nailed it any better. And now I'm just going to come up with a way of neatly sort of strapping it down so it can't shake, because obviously when I go forward driving and stuff, I want it to be nice and secure. But I'm stoked with this so far. It looks unreal. Rightio guys, so I've just chucked 4 of these little rubber legs that Bushman provided. So these are just to stop any vibrations, like off-road and stuff, just to give it a bit more support, I guess. And then they also provide all these brackets and stuff, and it even came with straps. So I think what I'm going to be able to do is use these that they provided, screw into the mount here and then into the side of the fridge. I believe that's what they're for, as they provided a few little self-tapping screws, and they're short enough so that I'm pretty sure you actually screw into the side of the fridge, but I'll double check. But from what I can read on the instructions, that's what they get you to do, which will be good, because then I hopefully won't even need the straps, because I don't plan on removing it. I guess the straps are just there for if you're going to have it as a more of a temporary setup that you're going to be taking in and out. Fully done now guys, so I ended up using those little bracket things screwed into the fridge and then into the mount there. I'm hoping that that's fine to do. I assume that's what they were for, and it worked fine. It's super solid now, no movement in that. Yeah, so the sub's screwed back in, amp's just going to sit under there because there wasn't room there. Don't really need to get access to that anyway. So now I should be sweet to put this seat back in, and that basically wraps it up. So I'll probably do a trip in the next week or 2 so I can do a proper review on how the fridge actually goes. But so far the quality of the fridge and the center console setup is just insane. Like, the center console bolted together so easy, the instructions were unreal, which makes a huge difference and just comes up super neat. And then the fridge quality is just insane as well. Like, the fact that they've gone black when most of them are grey and just look like crap in my opinion. The seal on it is unreal, plenty of space in there. It's got the cup holders, it's even got the little off switch here, so that when you've got it set up on the 12 volt like I have here, you don't have to have it running constantly. It's just easy as that, just flicking it off and on. So yeah, I'm super happy with both products so far, and they work really well together. Like, you can see the recess here allows for the power point perfectly on this fridge. The fan's sitting in a really good spot to not be blocked off. Obviously if it was at the back or anything there could be issues there, but yeah, it just fit perfectly. So super happy with this. I'll probably do another quick little clip tomorrow when it's daylight, just because it is pitch black at the moment. So alright, so I thought I'd do another quick little video of the final setup with the console and everything in. I've had it in for a week now and it's been unreal so far, no issues at all. And if you look in the back, you can see everything's packed up, ready to go on my first big trip with this setup. So this will be a good test to the fridge. I'll probably keep some drinks and maybe even some food in here while we're driving. I still want to get a custom little cup holder thing. That's the only thing I'd probably change. I do have 2 there, but I wouldn't mind an extra 2 there, because I don't really use this for much other than obviously holding my boost bar. But yeah, loving it. So I'll probably do a update video in a future video down the track after I've had a good couple of months of testing it. But like I said, so far both these products are unreal. Definitely check them out if you're after something like this. If you're wanting a fridge, if you don't use your center console much for storage, this is a great alternative. And like I said, complemented with the Horizon Touring Products center console replacement kit, it's pretty neat. So very happy with that. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.